Today we have a guest who can make all of us jealous because he earns, and even while earning, he makes sure that he completes his hobby. He spends most of the time underwater. He makes people learn how to dive underwater, and he also enjoys himself underwater with marine life, something which many of us dream about every day in our life. We have with us Commander Skandan Warrior. Skandan Warrior is promoter and is a co-founder and promoter for Scuba Evolution India.
Yes, that's correct.
It's a place where you can learn scuba diving.
That's correct. So we are a scuba diving training center, and we are based in Anjuna, Goa, and we teach people how to go underwater and enjoy themselves, at the same time be part of the nature, learn about marine life and contribute towards protecting our oceans.
And hope you know that you are making many people jealous, because first is that you are in Indian Navy, where you have served Indian Navy. You are part of missions which we have you have read about, but dreamt being part of that mission. And after getting VRS from there, you are still again making people jealous by becoming something which everyone wants to pursue as a career.
Yeah. So basically, when I was leaving the Navy, I wanted to do something on my own instead of again.
You tell us first about Operation Parakram.
Okay, Operation Parakram was started after the 2001 attack on the Indian Parliament, which is it's all over the media, so everybody knows about it. After that, the Indian armed forces across the country went on high alert. So we were also on high alert. That time I was posted in Goa at Dabolim, and we were flying from there. But most of the time during that period, our aircrafts were deployed at the border airfields of the Air Force. We were operating from Nalia, a place in Gujarat, which is very close to the international border between India and Pakistan, and also from Jaisalmer, Jamnagar, Bhuj, and all the way up to Rajouri, Poonch sector, that is Udhampur airport in Kashmir. So we used to operate from there and gather intelligence and help the Army and the Air Force make their plans and be alert for any action that could have happened at that time.
And finally, one fine day you decided to call it a day and then take VRS.
Yes, so I finished 21 years of service, and as is the policy, we can retire after 20 years of service. Since I am a permanent commission officer, I am ex-NDA from the National Defence Academy. So we have a bond of 20 years. So we finish 20 years and then you can take premature retirement with full pensionary benefits. So I decided to take that and moved out of the Navy and started this company so that I can remain close to the sea.
So you are now into scuba diving, teaching people how to dive.
That is correct. So we have a scuba diving training center which is based in Anjuna, and we train people and certify them to become divers. So a certification in scuba diving is an international level certification. We are affiliated to an organization called Professional Association of Diving Instructors. It's an international dive training and certification body, and we are a PADI 5-star instructor development center. So we actually train people all the way from very basics as a initial level as just becoming a diver to also becoming professionals in the industry, where you can make it your profession and start teaching other people. So we can make instructors in scuba.
So scuba diving can be a good career as far as Goa is concerned.
Absolutely. So for Goan youth, see, Goan youth are close to the sea. So many of them are already, have some experience in swimming and, being in the water. So it's easier for them to get into a career like this, because here we need to know how to swim to be able to become a diver, and need to know how to swim well to become a dive professional. So many Goan youth have that opportunity, because a lot of background education work is also not required. You don't have to become a degree holder in a particular subject to become a scuba diver.
So you don't require particular qualification, academic qualification?
Academic qualification, I would put it as a very basic level qualification in terms of having basic knowledge of science and maths and physics, That is for the diving part itself, and you should be able to speak English well. That could help. But that can be developed, so it's not much of a.
So where is the role of English? In fact, you are diving down, then there is no one to speak.
So it is a people sport.
Okay.
It's a sport at the end of the day. So when you're teaching somebody, you need to interact with people. And
okay, so if you want to be a good teacher, then
yes.
you need to have this English skill.
Not really. In other professions, in this particular profession, why I'm saying it is because all the material is in English, all the learning material is in English. And secondly, there are a lot of opportunities for English speaking people in Southeast Asia. There's a lot of diving in Southeast Asia. If you know how to speak English well, the chances of getting a job there are more.
So when we speak of career, as far as Goan youths are concerned, in this particular field, they are also looking at traveling abroad and working abroad, not just about Goa or India.
That is correct. So this opens up a lot of opportunity in India itself, because now diving is picking up. People are getting more and more interested in the sport. So there is a lot of requirement of instructors. So in India there are a lot of opportunities, but there are a lot of opportunities abroad also. So somebody who wants a traveling job, who wants to explore the world, who wants to see other places, it's an ideal career for them.
And how long is this course? How many days you would be training a person?
So for somebody who wants to become an instructor, he has to go through various stages. You start with becoming a diver first, and then training to become a professional diver. So I would say on an average of, if you're starting from zero, where you have not yet dived, you would take approximately about 8 to 9 months to become an instructor. And once you have become an instructor, thereafter you are already, in fact, in between, before you become an instructor, there is an intermediate stage called dive master. So the moment you become a dive master, you are now employable. So you can actually start earning even before the course is completed, even before you become an instructor.
So after 8 to 9 months, you are ready to dive?
After 8 to 9 months, you are ready to instruct.
To instruct.
You can start diving with just a 4-day course. The first level is only 4 days.
So if I want to learn diving, I can come within, on the 5th day I can...
Yes, on the 5th day you are a certified diver.
And what are the things that are required to be a good diver?
I would say, first of all, you need to have good swimming skills. Second is you need to have that mindset towards safety, because you're going underwater. It is not an environment for human beings. You are wearing equipment and going. So you have to be first have a safety mindset to be a good diver, so that you are focused always on being safe yourself and keeping others safe. So these two aspects, I would say, make you a good diver.
Swimming is must.
Swimming is must for any certification, yes.
You have to know to swim in sea or swim in river or swimming just in swimming pool.
So I would put it this way, swimming is swimming. If you know how to swim, you can swim anywhere.
No, but in swimming pool you can just stand and...
Yeah, so you have to know how to swim without having to touch the bottom and stand up. Okay. You should be comfortable on the surface of the water. This is again a safety requirement, because while you're diving, you're actually wearing a jacket which is attached to your tank, the air tank. That's why it is called scuba. The scuba means self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Okay.
It is not a word.
Oh, we always thought it is a word.
No, it's not. So,
so it is
it's an acronym.
Yeah, can you just repeat again?
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Okay.
So this.
So whatever you are carrying is scuba.
It is called scuba because it is self-contained. You are carrying your own air. So the system contains the air also. So it is not air being supplied from somewhere else. You are carrying it with yourself. So when you are carrying your own air and diving, it is called scuba diving. And in the so when you are doing this, you are wearing a jacket which fills up with air, etc. But then suppose you surface in an emergency without your gear, or you cannot fill up, then you have to be able to float on the surface, so that somebody can help you. The boat can come towards you or whatever.
That's where swimming.
That is why swimming is required. That's why swimming is required.
Okay. Another thing, can you just tell us how does it feel exactly when you go inside? Because we have seen in, I have never dived though, but we have seen in movies, it's like a different world.
Yes, it is. So before I answer that, I'll ask you a counter question. Have you done yoga?
Yeah.
So in yoga, when you meditate, you do a lot of deep breathing. So it's like meditation.
It's like meditation.
So when you go underwater, you are breathing deep and slow. You cannot hear anything. You can only hear your bubbles, right? Or if there is some other noise of a boat or something, but mostly you are hearing your own bubbles, your breathing. And it's a very serene and calming experience. But you need to learn how to do it, because otherwise you will panic. So you need to train. You need to train well, because the human brain is not designed to go underwater. So the moment you start going down, you will feel a little bit of nervousness, and that panic will come in, because the little bit of phobia will come in. Everybody has it, even if you know how to swim well. You will feel odd. How would I put it? You feel a little uncomfortable going down for the first time. But with the right kind of training, the right kind of trainers, like people like us, we will actually teach you how to be calm underwater. And once you start doing it, it is probably the most addictive thing you could have ever done.
Most addictive thing.
Yes.
Do you also count how many hours underwater? Like for any pilot, it's like how many hours he's flying. So is there any count like this?
So in recreational scuba diving, that is what we do. It is not counted in hours, it is counted in number of dives. So the number of dives add to your experience. So for the professional training which I was talking about, before you start your first level professional training as a dive master, you should have completed at least 40 dives. So as you keep doing your courses, or if you are an intern with us, we help you complete those dives which are required to become qualified to start the course. So for example, to do your instructor examination, you need to have already dived at least 100 dives.
Okay.
So each dive is counted as at least 20 minutes underwater, or a certain amount of air consumed underwater, but it's usually counted as about 20 minutes underwater minimum to be counted as a dive, so that you can log it. So nowadays, earlier we used to log it on paper in logbooks. Now of course PADI has an application on the mobile phone. You can just keep logging your dives. They get verified by the dive center, and you know that so many dives you've done. So for example, I have done about 150 plus dives now.
150 plus dives.
Yeah.
So into 20, more than that.
We don't count it in hours, we just count it as, because most of my dives are, most of the usual average diving, when you're doing a recreational dive, it will be about 45 minutes. 45 to 50 minutes.
Second thing is about tourism. Many people come here to Goa for scuba diving, especially near the Grand Island in Vasco.
Yes.
Can you just tell us more about that?
So that is why I was saying that it is a good opportunity for Goan youth, because a lot of interest is there in scuba diving now, and a lot of people are coming here to Goa just to dive, just to get that experience, either as just as an experience or as a certification program. Okay. They are coming for a course, because it's only 3 days, 3 to 4 days. You can actually complete a course. So people come here for a week, they do a scuba diving course and go back.
So when they come to Goa, they are not scuba divers. By the time they are going back, they are
scuba divers. Yes.
Certified scuba divers.
Exactly. So they are certified scuba divers. Or if you have come only for an experience, so even if somebody comes for just 3 days, you will find a lot of people looking for activities to do, because that earlier system of just sitting in the resort and enjoying is not there now. Nowadays youth want to go out, want to enjoy some adventure. So this forms as part of an adventure activity. So it actually adds to the tourism potential of the state, because not every state has got place to dive. Goa has got it, so it's a beautiful opportunity.
How many sites are there where you can dive as far as Goa is concerned?
So currently all of us are diving around Grand Island, but around the island itself there are about 7 sites where we can take people to dive, and at different levels of training. So if you are just doing an experience, so you are limited in depth and conditions, so we can take you to one of the best sites, which is a shipwreck. There is a shipwreck underwater, which is a shallow shipwreck. Most of the places in the world, the shipwrecks are deeper. So you may not get this opportunity everywhere. In Goa, you have that opportunity. You can take you to a shipwreck.
Go underwater and touch the shipwreck.
We don't touch anything underwater.
Okay.
But yes,
why
we can show you.
It's because of any reason that you don't.
So 2 reasons. One, it can be harmful to you because you don't know what you're touching. There may be something which is poisonous, it can hurt you, or it can cut you, because there are parts which are of the shipwreck which are metallic. But more importantly, you will probably damage the marine environment, because something you touch will probably a small organism which will die.
Correct.
So we as divers always tell other divers or people who are learning how to dive, don't touch anything. You only go down, take photographs, observe
Enjoy
the life and come back. You only leave your bubbles there and nothing else.
Leave your bubbles
Yeah,
and
you
bring
can
back
leave
the
it.
memories.
And create memories. Absolutely.
Create memories. Another thing is that as far as age group is concerned, what is the essential age group? You know, what is the minimum age that you will?
So the minimum age for becoming a diver is 10. So you need to be at least 10 years old before you can go scuba diving.
10.
10. Even
Okay.
young children can do it. 10 and above.
Okay.
So, but to become a professional, of course, 18 is the minimum age.
18 plus.
Yeah.
And as per your experience, which was the oldest diver as far as age is concerned?
In our experience of the last 7 years doing scuba diving in Goa, we had taken one person who was 66 years old.
66 years.
Yes, we have taken him diving. In fact, he did part of the course. He couldn't complete the entire course because he had some other issues. He had to go back early. So he completed half the course. So he became a scuba diver. We actually certified him as a scuba diver.
And what is the length of your career? Like after certain age, I think you cannot dive anymore, or there is no retirement in this.
There is no retirement as long as you are physically fit and you don't develop any major health issues like something to do with your respiratory system, or you have a heart condition or very high blood pressure or something like that. You can dive to any age. There's no limit.
There is no retirement.
No.
And earnings are sound enough to take care of your family. It's like a proper career. I'm asking you because we are discussing about employment opportunity.
Absolutely. So
it is not underpaid. It is.
No, it's not underpaid. So I'll tell you this way. So for example, let's put it in terms of return on investment. Being a business person.
Yeah.
So if you're going to invest in becoming an instructor, your overall investment will be approximately, I'm just giving you a ballpark figure, say 6 to 6.5 lakhs. Including buying a set of equipment for yourself, because if you are a professional, you should have your own equipment.
That's a capital investment.
Yeah, so as an investment, say 6.5 lakhs, but you can start earning as an instructor right at the beginning in Goa. Currently, the range of the salaries for a new instructor is between 35 to 45,000 per month. So wouldn't you say that it's a good return on investment?
For an entry level, actually.
For an entry level, if you're going to make at least 30,000 rupees a month, I think it's good.
And more the experience your salary.
And as you get experienced, as you get more qualifications, because first level of an instructor is not the end all of it. There's a lot of scope. You can invest more in time and in yourself and money in yourself. You can actually go to the next level. You can become a master scuba diver trainer, where you have some specialty training qualifications. You can become an elite instructor, a master instructor. Then you can even go and become a course director where you are teaching other instructors. So to do an instructor development course, you need a course director to teach. So you can become a course director.
What is your experience as far as Goan youths are concerned? Are they coming, are they approaching you to be the divers or instructors?
So we have currently in Scuba Evolution India, we have a young boy who started his internship with us 6 months ago. Right now he's a dive master and we have employed him.
Okay.
He's our own staff now and he's a local boy from
What has
Arkola.
been the response? Are locals coming? Are they checking?
Yes, we are getting some response nowadays. As the awareness increases, response is coming. And I have been fortunate to have gone and spoken to some of the colleges in Goa where I did a session. And from there also I got responses, people interested. In fact, there is one more Goan origin boy. He doesn't stay in Goa, but he is from Goa, who has joined us recently for an internship. So now very soon, in another 6 to 8 months, we'll have one more Goan instructor.
So as far as scuba diving is concerned, it need not be a full-time job. It can also be a hobby, and you can be an instructor and also working somewhere else. So you need to be full-time here.
Absolutely. It can be an alternate career. It doesn't have to be a full-time career. You can be an instructor. Once you become an instructor, your rating doesn't expire. Only thing is, every time if you have not renewed your subscription, you will have to renew your subscription before you can certify anybody. So you become a member of PADI.
So once an instructor is forever an instructor,
Yes.
or I need to, if I don't go in water for next 4-5 years, then I still remain to be an instructor.
You can still be an instructor, you just have to renew your license in terms of paying the subscription fees and getting the teaching status.
But what about your skill? Because you may have lost the touch with the.
Yes, so there are programs which exist for you to reskill yourself. It is more like a refresher. So if you have not done for over 5 years, they'll call you for a refresher. You do the refresher, renew your license and continue.
So is it like learning a cycle? Once you learn the cycle, entire life you know how to ride a cycle, even if you take a break?
Kind of. It's somewhat. It's like learning how to swim. The muscle memory remains. Only you'll need practice. So you can come back to it at any time. So even if you are, say, forget about being an instructor, suppose you're just a certified diver and you're not dived for 4 or 5 years, obviously you'll forget a few things. So when they come to us, we ask people, when was your last dive? If it is more than 2 years, we tell them, please come to the pool, let's do a little bit of practice. Next day we take you diving.
So where does the practice start? It starts from a swimming pool.
From the swimming pool, yes.
And then when do you take them actually to the diving site? After how many days?
So that depends on which course you are doing. If you are doing the first level course, you have to spend at least 2 days in the swimming pool, and after that we take you diving.
After 2 days?
Yes.
Okay, and what has been your experience while teaching them? Like any good or bad experience that you would like to share with us?
I think it's a fantastic experience because I am myself not an instructor. I don't teach because I don't have the time. I have instructors who work for me who teach, but I mentor divers because of my experience, and it's fantastic. It's a new skill. It's a lifestyle skill, and as part of diving, we also teach something called as emergency first response, where you can actually look after somebody if somebody has had a heart attack or electric shock or something. So we teach in that also. We teach and certify that also. So all these skills, it's a great experience to impart this because we know that it is going to affect your life. It is going to change your way you think about life. It is going to change the way you think about oceans. We can impart some passion towards protection of the environment. So all these things. So it is like
you might also win over some phobias.
Me?
No, I mean to say anyone who's diving can also win over some phobias that he has got.
Yes, we've had experience of people coming in with the fear of water. We have been able to remove that fear because we're giving that proper training in the pool, helping them understand what happens to them. So even if people are not doing the certification course, the tourists, there are many who have come who have initially refused to go down, and then they've had a grand experience because we have helped them, taken them down and then brought them up, and then they come back all smiling and with a glow on their face. So that's a great experience.
Okay, thank you very much for spending time with us. So we can look at scuba diving as yet another career opportunity if you are in Goa, and we'll reconfirm with him. One is that Goans are good swimmers, so they can be a good scuba divers and instructors.
Yes.
And there are ample of opportunities in Goa being a tourist site.
Yes, in Goa and within India and also abroad. So they can use the opportunity, learn in Goa and then work all over the world.
At entry level you can earn much compared to any other profession.
Yes, compared to other regular jobs, you can earn better at the entry level, and also you can also become entrepreneurs yourself. Yeah, so we can help you in the entrepreneurship journey.
Okay, and this is something to do with fun also once you are down.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
You are watching this interview on your favorite website www.goanewsup.com. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe us on YouTube. And if you have an Android phone, then please download our app, Goa News Hub. Keep watching.